All know, don't we, that it's difficult in the world of showbiz right now. You've got to try and catch an audience, and it's not easy. There's every sort of, difficulty out there. You can't book in person, you can't go and say buy a ticket for cash, everything's done online. So, of course, desperate times call for desperate measures. Now, this particular person, right, last year tried to become an MP over here in the United Kingdom. Sadly, it failed, even though he was vaulting for a point in the Labour Party up in Sheffield in South Yorkshire. Now, lots of people could have said that it could be his dress sense that put a lot of the voters off, or the fact that he wanted to use the female toilets. You get the picture. But that didn't deter the one-time alleged comedian Eddie Izzard from making a comeback. Oh no. Now, as you often hear on this particular channel, I do take these things with a huge pinch of salt because they are quite funny in many respects. You see, Eddie now has decided to open back in London's West End, doing his own one-woman show version of Great Expectations. That's right. And even the Guardian newspaper, oh yes, the editor Kath Viner said, well, it's a one-woman show tour de force. Can you imagine a woman of alleged journalistic skills actually claiming that it's a one-woman show? I mean, even Kath must know, even with the little red Guardian, that it's a fella in a frock. I mean, end of. Whatever they want to dress like, it's up for them. But the bottom line is, it's still a man in a frock. Now, Eddie Izzard, of course, decided to go on Good Morning Britain, that very much woke breakfast show, and according to people who were writing about his appearance, looking stylish with a dash and a slash of pink lipstick. Stylish, of course, wouldn't be the word springing to mind, but nonetheless, as I say, desperate times call for desperate measures. And on this show, he decided to reveal that his pronouns didn't matter to him anymore. I've always found prunes work myself, but there you go. But what he didn't mind was you could still call him Eddie, but his other name now was going to be Susie. Well, as you can imagine, all that tick box media were all over this particular story. And the reason why I'm highlighting this story is simply this. Great Expectations starring Eddie Izzard in his own one-woman show. Maybe controversial, maybe a tour de force, but it's certainly not one thing, a sellout. And if there's one thing that Eddie Izzard knows what to do on many occasions is to create some controversy, let people realize he's back in town, available. Now, even after that appearance a couple of days ago now on the Ailing Breakfast show, seemingly even his devoted fans were not queuing up for the box office. And I'm not having a go, I'm just basically telling you how difficult times are for theatre. But the bottom line is, I think people are waking up to this woke nonsense. Nobody really cares what you dress like, what you want to call yourself. But the bottom line is, the show better be good. And if it's that good, do you need to really resort to this kind of PR? And even now, Eddie, Susie, whatever he wants to call himself now, must realise this. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.